Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dan, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of my story today, I guess. Somebody asked me a while back what it was like to come from Iowa in the United States, so I thought I'd just share a little bit. I was born in the last half of the 1950s, and Dwight Eisenhower was the president of the United States at that time. I don't have any memory of him, but the first president I do remember was John F. Kennedy. I grew up in a small town in western Iowa, several small towns actually. We moved when I was a child, we moved a few times, but every town that I lived in was 1,000 people maybe, or fewer. Our lives were a lot different then than kids today have. We had bicycles and baseball gloves. We had ice skates and hockey sticks. No one had a cell phone. We didn't know what they were. Hadn't been invented yet, let alone a smartphone or a computer. We played outside with all the neighbor kids. We played hide and seek. We played tag. We played kickball or baseball, or played catch with a football. We climbed trees, and on rainy days we would play on somebody's porch. We'd play with cars or trucks or card games or those sorts of things, and we just had a lot of fun. We didn't know any different. We socialized with the neighborhood kids, and we made lifelong friends with those kids. I still have kids that I played with 60 years ago that I still call my friends. I never got put in what today would be called timeout. That's not to say I wasn't a kid that got in trouble. I did get in trouble, but we had different rules then. I got spanked. There was no timeout. You got spanked, and so I guess that's a little bit different than the way things are today. Even in elementary school, when you misbehaved or when I misbehaved, it wasn't tolerated. And it usually resulted in a trip to the principal's office, and sometimes his paddle, a wooden paddle, was used to make a point. We were encouraged, though, to be curious, to explore the natural world. We would walk to the edge of town and catch minnows or frogs in a small creek. We learned to catch butterflies and grasshoppers. I had a small ant farm where I could watch ants busily building their world. I had a magnifying glass and a chemistry set, a world almanac, and a telescope to look at the moon. Those were the things I had. On summer evenings, we played outside until the 9 p.m. whistle blew. There was an alarm on a fire whistle that blew at 9 o'clock and let you know that it was 9 o'clock and you better be home. You better be heading home at least. Our mothers had very loud voices. If you weren't home, they would step out on the step at the house and just yell your name through the neighborhood. And when you heard your name being called, you better head home. At Halloween, we dressed up in costumes of our own making. We didn't have store-bought things. We created them from our own imaginations. We were clowns or mummies or bums or pirates. And we walked all over town, knocking on the doors and collecting our candy booty without a parent in sight. They stayed home to hand out the candy to the kids that came to their doors. So I guess to sum it all up, things have changed.